Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Please reach out to me. My email for pricing is still tmosso@thewatchbox.com. In 2001, the retailer Goldpfeil commissioned 7 AHCI watchmakers, independents, all of them of exalted status and talent, to make 7 different special commissions for the Goldpfeil company. It was known as the 7 Masters series. This one, created by watchmaker Vianney Halter for Goldpfeil, is the GPVH. The timepiece in white gold was the most expensive and complex of the Goldpfeil 7 Masters commissions, and it's inspired by a vintage film camera. So the GPVH, as you can see right here, is 29 millimeters across, not including the crown, 10.6 millimeters thick, and from lug tip to lug tip, 40 millimeters is the measurement, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. I'll throw the watch on my wrist, and I would describe this watch as wearing much like a reverso. So if you're familiar with the reverso grand tie, this is very similar. It's going to be a little bit thicker, but you can see just how short it is from lug to lug, as neither side is anywhere near overlapping the edge of my wrist. You can see that's true over the top, and over the top always exaggerates the width of a watch. Although it's sheer in profile, it is thin in terms of absolute thickness, so it will fit underneath most cuffs. The watch features a strap that is Goldpfeil branded, calfskin on the bottom, alligator leather on the top. It's a very dark blue with a semi-gloss finish, medium rectangular scale, no crimping, no gouging. We have here a buckle that is the first of many design elements intended to reference film-era cameras. And the idea here is that the way it works, I'll move this little tag out of the way, the way it works is much like the loading tray of a film camera. So you see how the pin and the blocker move in opposite directions like that. And then when closed, they fit flush, just like the loading tray window or loading tray trap door of a film camera. Now, taking a quick look over to the flanks, you can see that they are quite different from the rest of the watch, featuring a combination of media blasted recesses and satination. You could appreciate that we have screws and bars fixing the strap to the case, more secure than spring bars. It imparts extra security. The case is difficult to describe in conventional terms. As you can see, the case flank and the bezel are one and the same. We have polish surrounding a hammered center. The hammered center is designed to echo the grain of a natural leather faceplate protector on a vintage camera. And then the crown that's used for winding and setting is designed to resemble the advance winder for conventional film, when you would advance through the roll of film. And that's what that is for. So we have this wonderful hammered faceplate so that no two of these are exactly alike. And again, 108 were made of this model. 108 were made without gems. One was made with gems. So it's a very rare piece all told. The dial is constructed of 3 different displays that are intended to echo the different windows and lenses and hardware that you would find on a vintage camera. So you can see we have Goldpfeil's little signature arrow. You'll also find it, among other places, on the logo for the watch. You can see the Goldpfeil arrow on the back and also on the faceplate. It is blued. The seconds hand is red. We have a silver opaline base on which a blue transferred minutes and seconds track has been applied. We have a jump hour up at, I guess, what would be conventionally 11 o'clock, and then an ultra-accurate moon phase that needs resetting only once every 122 years. Now, the watch is rather easy to adjust. You have a setting position for the jump hour, and then by turning in the opposite direction, you adjust the moon phase. Now, you flip it all over, and we have a movement that might not grab you as recognizable, not at first glance. You can see on the case back we have our hallmarks. All of the engravings and the stampings remain super deep and well-defined. This was originally 30 meters water-resistant, but best not test the theory. The drivetrain here is actually the Peso 7001, which is naturally a manual wind movement, but extensive modification by Vianney Halter has turned it into an automatic winder with a 40 to 42 hour power reserve. It has a beat rate of 3 hertz. It has the 122-year moonphase. It has the jump hour module. It pivots on 35 joules. And you can see that it has been well finished. This is not the ultimate autologerie, but we do have a few well-chosen elements, including polished screws. You can see that the edges of the rotor as well as the edges of bridges have been polished with a mirrored anglage. We have a solarization around the edge of the winding bridge, and then we have a little bit of a countersink bevel for the screw and the jewel sinks. There's snailing on the mass of the rotor itself, and then satination across its top with stripes on the lower bridges, and then engine turning on the base plate and satination on the wheels. It may not be the ultimate in haute de gamme, but it is quite neat, attractive, and an impressive elaboration on the base caliber, as I don't believe I have ever seen an automatic adaptation of a 7001 before. All of this deeply impressive. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.